Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Michael Mastro. This is Vastu Creations. Today we're going to look at the amazing chart for legendary baseball player Willie Mays. If you look to the eastern horizon when he was born, you would see the constellation associated with Jupiter rising at 14 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating, and then we'll see when they're operating during certain events in his life, and then we'll look at to see what could be done to strengthen the chart. So if you look at Sun is ruling the ninth house of good fortune, and Sun itself is an indicator for leadership. So he was a leadership it's placed in the fifth house, which has to do with entertainment and sports and creativity. So his good fortune came through his leadership in sports, entertainment. Then we have challenging moon. Any multicona sign in the 6th, 8th, or 12th challenging houses have to do, can cause some issues. Moon moves very fast, so whatever issues usually are very short-lived. So moon is ruling the 8th house of vulnerability, and it is placed in, excuse me, the first house. First house has to do with health, vitality, and purpose. So, and moon itself has to do with public. So he was a very public figure, very much adored by America. And moon can be challenging in that it is related to heart. So he did have heart issues. He did die of congestive heart failure. And the moon in a Sagittarius chart has to do with marriage and relationships. And so there was a separation with his first marriage and a divorce. Then we have weak placement Mars. Mars is ruling the house of sports and entertainment, creativity, children, and it is placed in the 8th house. Because it's a little bit weak, it did limit the number of children. He only had one child by adoption. And then Mars being in that 8th house, again, connects, Mars is an indicator for sports with some vulnerabilities. So there was ups and downs to his career for sure. Then we have Mercury. Mercury is ruling the career house, again, placed in that 5th house of sports and entertainment, connecting those with his career. Then we have weak afflicted Venus. Venus is ruling the income house, and it is placed in the house of family and happiness. And Venus itself has to do with entertainment, and it is afflicted by Rahu. So, so there was, I think this indicates that there was some challenge with the work-home life balance. Being on the road all the time put a strain on the first marriage for sure. Then we have Jupiter. Jupiter is ruling the first house, which has to do with his life purpose and his overall health and vitality. It is placed in the relationship house. So he had a very close relationship with all his teammates and worked together in partnership to be successful, win a World Series, I think in 1954. And he had a huge influence on the fabric of America, the sport of baseball, because he was so successful. I think one of the definite legendary baseball greats for sure, and on a lot of children who wanted to be involved in sports. So big influence. Then we have weak afflicted. Okay, so we talked about Venus, and then Saturn. Saturn is ruling the house of success through entertainment, and it is placed in the house of wealth. Connects his success in baseball, entertainment, with his wealth, and Saturn itself is um, hard work, discipline, very disciplined guy. Then we have challenging Rahu and Ketu, again, indicating in the fourth house and the 10th house, the work-home life balance was something he was definitely working on. Let's look at the timing of events. So he joined the Giants in 1951 during a Saturn period, bringing some success. And then in 54, they won the World Series. He became most valuable player again during that Saturn period, bringing some fame. 56, he got married during a Rahu period. Rahu sitting in the house of family, starting a family. And then he got separated in 63, about a few years later, and divorced. Again, during a Rahu period, bringing unexpected events to the family. 71, he got remarried to someone else during a Rahu period again, starting a family. 73, he retired due to inflammation in the knees and shoulders during a K2 period. K2 sitting in the career house. K2 can be endings, letting go, and also inflammation. Then in 79, he was inducted to the Hall of Fame during a Mercury period, again, kind of ending his career. In 05, he was diagnosed with glaucoma, almost blind, I guess. And during a Jupiter period, Jupiter indicated for eyes and health. And then in 2013, his wife died of Alzheimer's during a Venus period, Venus indicator for wife. In 2015, he got the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama during a Sun period, Sun bringing good fortune. And then he passed away June 18th, 2024. If you look at the transit chart on the left, the outer circles where the planets were on that day, the inner circles where the planets were when he was born. And you can see that Rahu and Ketu are within 4 degrees of his rising sign, so they're afflicting 6 out of his 12 houses, particularly the 6th house of health, the 8th house of death-like experience, and the 12th house of end of life. What could be done to strengthen the chart? Well, I think he was involved in lots of charity work that was transforming Moon and Rahu and Ketu. And then also he could have strengthened the rest of his planets with my favorite remedy, Kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devatai yantras for his benefic planets. So if you'd like to get a Kavash or get a reading or learn Vedic astrology, you can go to vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening. And may he rest in peace, and condolences to his family.